Welcome back, everyone. You heard the phrase "time flies"? Well, especially if you're running, I suppose. Good,
Yes.
Good intro, right? Good intro. The 40 years ago, first Freihofer Run for Women. I'm saying this, I was there and actually played a part because I worked in an ad agency that handled Freihofers at the time. So when Kristen came in this year and said it was a 40th year, number one, it was hard to think that. It's actually the 40th anniversary.
Mm-hmm.
But also, over those years, how much good for the community the Freihofer Run for Women.
Oh, it's incredible.
You know what I mean?
Yep. Just between the run and the community walk when we had that, there's just, and all the kids events.
Yeah,
and
sure.
How many kids had started at the kids run doing 50 meters and then, ended up running the race themselves.
Running the 5K.
And,
I know.
And now they're 30.
Yeah, I want to introduce our guest. This is Jamie Mastroianni. Jamie owns a business right here in town called iRun Local and is involved not only with the race, but something called the Training Challenge, which we're going to talk about. And this is Kristen Hislop, who is a co-director of the race itself. Has been here before. So welcome back. When you show up, I guess spring is here, and then we're thinking about summer, right? Yeah. Although this year is a little bit of a struggle, right? Let's go back 40 years. What do you think some of the highlights are?
Well, this year the tag is 40 years of firsts.
Yes,
because it was one of the first races for women, a run race for women. The streets of Albany are closed. Every year it's been that way, which is pretty phenomenal, over the course of the years. So, and there was a first race where there was a tie between women, and then just all the women that it was their first 5K. So there have been so many monumental things that's kind of why we wanted to celebrate with 40 years of firsts this year. And we love women to tell us what their stories are. And, go to our Facebook page and tell us, how was it your first?
Yeah, that's wonderful.
Because it is a true celebration.
Well, when you talk about running, male or female, but when you talk about running, it's not just the physical act of running. Right, Jamie?
Right.
I mean, there's all kinds of emotional, spiritual camaraderie.
You're absolutely right, and that's what fuels the motivation for so many people. Is it's not necessarily a team sport. Anyone can go out there and run and feel the benefits of not only being healthier internally, but like you suggested, spiritually. Relaxing for a little bit, making new friends along the way that motivate you and keep you working hard to achieve your goals and staying healthy. So there's a lot that goes into it, and the training challenge in general, the camaraderie that takes place not only between the ladies running the race, but the mentors, it's something really impactful and special.
You heard the phrase release the endorphins. That was one of the things you always hear from runners is that, you compete with yourself in a very healthy, positive way. You get to meet other people. You begin to share stories that you didn't even know you were going to share. You help each other out. Yeah, I think it was you who said to me, you're out running and you're in trouble. Who's the first one to help you?
Yeah,
the person next to you.
Right? Yeah, you feel you're having a lousy day, and there's someone around you that's going to pick you up. And I think the other thing, that the mental side of it too, is that people can do so much more than they think they can do.
Yes, right.
And so I think sometimes women too have this tendency to think, well, I'm going to make sure I'm there for my kids, and I'm going to help my spouse, and I'm going to do all these things. I'm going to help all these people around me, but I can't do that.
Yeah,
And they go through a program like this, and they start to realize, wait a second, I can do that.
Yeah.
And I can do even more. And, that kind of confidence goes into other areas in their lives.
Jamie, I want to talk about the training challenge and the store. The store's right here in Saratoga, right?
It is. We're at 18 Congress Street.
Got it.
We are, again, privileged to be a meeting site to host the Freihofer Training Challenge. It's a 10-week program that launches next week.
Okay.
Our location will be on Thursday mornings at 9 a.m. So while participants can choose from various locations to partner with and train with, we'll be there every Thursday at 9 a.m. Just looking to make new friends and help people achieve their 5K goal.
What's involved with the challenge?
So the challenge is
the training challenge.
It's a 10-week program. So there's a host of mentors that will host the participants once a week wherever they choose to meet. And then we've got a training program locked into place. And in the beginning, it's very much a run, walk sort of training goal setting
regimen,
way of watching what you're doing. And then gradually you increase your speed. And like Kristen said, before you know it, these ladies are going faster or further than they ever thought they could before. And it's really inspiring to see.
One thing that always impressed me about the race was that, and you see some really impressive runners, right? And running 5K, you got to be pretty in tune to run 5K, especially at the clip that they go at. Yes. But if you need to walk there's a kids walk, right? Isn't there a younger person?
Oh yeah, so we have plenty
challenge.
of women who do they'll walk the 5K, which is fantastic. Get out there and walk it, because some people have, things that have happened. They have bad knees now and they have to walk. Great, walk. But then we have the junior 3K, which is for kids, and usually around 7 to 9 they start that, and they go up to 14. And then we have all the kids runs, which are free events, and they start at 50 meters and go up to a mile.
This is a monumental event, really from the first time. And you've heard me say this before, the future is female. This was one of the 40 years ago, this was groundbreaking. I think you were saying they didn't even make equipment for women.
Right.
You were adapting men's equipment, and now you think to yourself that this is a sport that women really rule.
Yeah, I mean, women are the majority in a lot of the distances now. So and all the manufacturers have women's lines. Now they design for women, looking at women's bodies to say, we need a shoe last that looks like this versus one for men. So yeah, we've come a long way, baby.
Yeah.
Going back to those late 70s and those slogans, but it's so true. And what it's done for women, and women in sport, but even women outside of sport. And it is that empowerment.
We all really want to support this. If you're a woman and you want to run, any age, go out for the kids run, go out for the junior run, walk if you want to walk, but show your support. The money they raise, by the way, goes to help a lot of organizations and people. It's changed over the years, but every year the committee IDs a couple of charities and people that need help. Go to Freihofer's Run, Freihofersrun.com, right?
All the information
and you'll find out all the information there. But this is a big deal. And I want to thank you both for coming. It's wonderful you're involved with this training challenge.
Yeah, we're excited. Yeah.
That allows somebody to walk before they run.
Yeah.
Exactly.
We're there to help
Get
them.
in there and test yourself. And it's right in town, so I encourage you to look up iRun Local. All right, Jimmy, pleasure to meet you. Kristen, great to see you as always.
Thank you.
And thank you for coming in.
Thank you.
To see this interview again, you can head to our website, looktvonline.com.